Welcome to the REALL Academy, brought to you each Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by the Leadership Doctors, Dr. Sheka Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor, best-selling authors, consultants, and speakers of Create and Educate LLC. Create and Educate LLC is an educational consultant and literary firm that provides professional development to schools and community. Their goal is to transform organizations with the REALL Resilience Framework used to increase their school report card grades 2 and 3 grade levels in 1 year. REALL stands for Respect, Excellence, Accountability, Literacy, and Leadership. This framework is used to coach leaders and teachers and build student efficacy while putting systems in place that aligns the work of the school improvement, making the process manageable. When the work is manageable, teachers and leaders don't stress out or burn out. The Leadership Doctors alignment systems are designed to help schools evolve and grow, all while instituting protocols and processes designed to promote collaboration and collegiality. The implementation of the alignment framework prevents some of the most common problems in education, where leaders sometimes aren't sure where to start, or in our new age of educating, leaders need a trusted sounding board that allows them to be vulnerable and transparent, preventing loneliness at the top. The framework doesn't just help leaders, but also prevents teachers from burning out from too many initiatives and embracing teachers as they are the experts. Finally, the framework extends to the children, helping them get engaged in school and solving a nationwide problem. Alignment systems are frequently referred to as a key element of success in the improvement process. In the sport of rowing, all rowers must put their oars in the water, succinctly creating a system for their boat to reach maximum speed. So schools that want to improve are bringing in the Leadership Doctors to teach them all about the alignment systems that must be in place for school improvement to be accomplished at high levels. The dynamic duo provides insights into educational topics through their international platform, which includes educators, parents, and community members as a way to support important entities that make communities thrive. This is their way to pay it forward and provide the support they needed through their platform. Take a look. People who work with the Leadership Doctors describe them as an excellent and inspiring group of leaders. They get into the weeds of work with leaders through their TrustMate Institute that you should contact them about today by filling out the contact form on their website.
It's Super Saturday, everyone. Welcome to the REALL Academy, brought to you by Create and Educate with your very own System DoctHers, HERS. Good morning, Tammy.
Good morning, Sheka. Good morning, everyone. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. And we are pre-recorded again. So someone asked me last week, why didn't you put up my comment? Well, we are pre-recorded. we can't put up comments. There is a way to do it, but I have not figured out the way to navigate that through the app. So we're pre-recorded. We won't be able to do our regular shout outs, but we welcome our REALL family. We always appreciate you tuning in. I am actually in the mountains of the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee with my family. You can't see because of our virtual background, but I'm here in Tennessee, and Tammy is off site as well. Where are you, Tammy?
I am over with my niece in Greer, Duncan, South Carolina, visiting for, we've been over for a few days just to visit with her. She had the week off. So we came over and spending some family time over here.
Okay. Well, we hope that everyone had a great holiday, however you choose to celebrate it. This is an extension of our vacation time, spending time with family. So we hope that you got some rest and were able to do that as well. Welcome to episode 152, Setting Up Systems of Excellence for a Successful School Year. This is a continuation from last week where we finished talking about number one, defining systems of excellence. Tammy gave us a great quote by Aristotle that excellence is not an act, but a habit. And we asked you to reflect on what comes to mind when people think of your school, and does that put them in the mind of excellence? We talked about making sure that your environment was correct, your customer service, and your expectations. So this week we're going to be getting more into that social and emotional awareness piece. But before we do have some announcements to share with you. I'm going to share
While
my.
Shika's pulling up the announcements, I want to shout out my worthy family. My cousin James had his annual family celebration that he does for his birthday every year. And there were gazillions of people there. So everybody that I didn't get to say hi to, hello.
Yes. And hello, everyone. Um, in the word, you said the worthy family.
Yes, my worthy Ligon
Yes,
family down
everybody in
Pilgrim
the
Road
worthy
people.
family. Okay. um, Make sure you like, share, or subscribe, or send us some stars because this is how we get to those different levels in the algorithm. So anyway, you can help out our algorithm, please do. And we live stream on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. And we don't have many YouTube followers, so please follow us on YouTube if you're not doing that already. But Tammy and I have some excellent things that we are excited to be a part of coming up. July 18th through the 21st, we will be in Houston, Texas at the
Yeah.
Rock Conference. So if you have not registered, please get registered for the Rock Conference. This probably is the conference that changed the way that we do everything because this is the conference where we were linked up with the phenomenal people that are in our network right now, but they really helped us to change the way that we approach things because we understood more the why behind certain things. So, changed our whole thought process. Um, if you have not attended a rock conference and you want to do things that are positive for students and especially African American students, which a lot of districts struggle to reach that demographic of children, you need to send a group or bring yourself to the rock conference. July 18th through the 21st. It is not too late to get registered.
It's not, and it is a very life changing experience for anybody that goes. It helps you to discover who you are. And once you know who you are, then you can start to deal with who you are, and that will reveal to you how you lead. And it like all starts to make sense. It was a very impactful, very, very life changing experience for both of us. I think that this probably, coupled with that, remember when we got to go to that training? They had an institute for Principal Kafele, and we signed up for the after
Yes.
session.
Mhm.
Those probably are the most impactful, two impactful exchanges that like started me to really understand you're never going to be successful in what you're doing because you don't even know why you do what you're doing. You're doing
Exactly.
what you're doing, but you don't even know why you're doing it.
And we, Tammy and I just had a conversation about this as we were preparing. This is what I would like to say to new leaders because a lot of we most of us come into leadership from a teaching standpoint, teaching position. And a lot of times, as teachers, we were the same way as we were as students. And a lot of times, as students, you want to get everything right. You want everybody to see you in the good light, and oh, she's doing what she's supposed to do, and she's doing the right thing.
Such a wonderful
However,
student.
yes, however, leadership is not about I want to be seen as the person who's doing the right thing, because the system a lot of times are not set up for what's right for children. So sometimes you may look like you're going against the grain. You're not doing what you were supposed to do, but I felt very confident in myself because I was doing what was right for children and my staff. So if you don't have that
Exactly.
boldness about you, and that you just want to be seen by certain people as, oh, she's doing so good, and that a girl. I don't have time for that. I want to be doing what's right for children and for
Absolutely.
teachers that I need to help
And,
my children.
and don't you think that, and this is certainly not our topic today, y'all, but
It's not.
it's
I'm off on a
very
tangent.
relevant. It's worth the conversation because our goal is to help and to
Yes.
support, especially new leaders. Like we want you to be able to be successful in the work that you're doing because this work is so meaningful. But I was thinking, Sheka, back to times when, you do have to stand up for what you think the right thing for your context is.
Mhm.
And it isn't necessarily going to fall into line with what everybody is thinking or what everyone else is saying or what everyone else is doing.
Right.
But I found throughout this time that I have been blessed to spend as a building principal that the majority of my responsibility falls in some level of advocacy.
Mm.
Like I've got to be the advocate for my school and for what I know the right things to do for my school are. So you can't just be that person who wants the pat on the back. And it's nothing wrong
Yes.
with people recognizing you for the great things that you're doing, but you cannot make your purpose in the work that you do to be applauded because sometimes, especially when you have big mouths, that's not what's going to happen. You're going to have to be able to justify why you feel this is the thing to do for your students, for your staff, for your families, and
Mhm.
make sure that you have um, something to base that on. Because you can't make arbitrary decisions either, but you do stand on that advocacy that is a part of what you're required to do as a leader.
Right. And if so it can't be just about the pat on the back. I mean, Tammy, we could shut down and log off right now. We could log off on that. I'm just joking.
No,
But
because guess
here's
what? Sometimes there is no pad.
um
You may not have a pad.
but here's what I also would like to say to district level leadership, and there's a lot of district level leadership that really gets this. So this is not a slight. If I am a good district level leader, I understand that I don't know all of the inner workings of every building in the district, and that's why I hired you. And so, if I have confidence in you, your advocacy is something that I pay attention to because I put you in that position for a reason. So,
That's
I'm
right.
going to hear you, I'm going to listen to you, and what you're saying is important for me to have that broader district level vision and put that into my vision because I trust what you're
Absolutely.
saying.
And I love that because, and I'll say this about our superintendent, he does
He
listen
listens. Mhm.
and he will allow me to do what I think the right thing to do is. Now, he's going to crack a joke about me later about it.
Right. But
He's really gonna give me a hard time, but he will
right.
listen and he will allow us to do the things that need to be done. So we
Exactly.
have to shout him out for that.
We
And
do.
as
Dr. Sutton, we
always,
appreciate you.
we have to shout out Candace Bethay
Oh,
because we've
yes.
seen how she operates, and
Mhm.
she's that kind of leader as well. Dr. Bethay believes in allowing folks to do what is best
Right.
in the situation that they are actually faced with.
And we have to really shout out Dr. Sutton because I'm the idea queen. So, honey, I'm one of those people that if something come to mind, I'm gonna come tell you whether you want to hear it or not. You don't have to do it, but I'm gonna tell you what's on my mind. And I know sometimes he's probably thinking, I wish Dr. Houston go somewhere and sit down because I don't
No,
have
he's
go somewhere
very
and sit
receptive.
down in me. But he never says that, so I
He
appreciate that.
doesn't. He's very, very receptive. And now he probably does think, good grief, the two of them together.
Yes, I
This is
wish
like
they
a
both go
tornado.
somewhere and sit down. Right. But yes, please, sorry that we were getting off on this tangent this morning. You could tell that we're out in places where we're very relaxed. Please get registered for the Rock Conference if you have not. We're going to be presenting a session on Build My Sister, and people that the women and men who attend will be forever changed by this session. So there are going to be several more phenomenal sessions that are going to be life changing. Get registered for the ninth annual Rock Conference in Houston, Texas at the JW. We're going to be recognizing some great people that are doing phenomenal work, the Bold Group, the Black Child Book Fair. So please get registered and several others that I'm don't know the whole list, but I just wanted to shout them out.
And you
Um,
can go to the website to get that, or you're gonna put it in
yes,
this.
I'll put it in the
Okay,
comments.
gotcha.
Also coming up for us, I have the Avid Summer Institute, San Antonio, Texas. I hope y'all ready because I'm coming. I'll be the MC for that session in a few weeks, and also the general session for Avid in Baltimore. So I cannot wait. These are my fellow MC mates. We have been planning and working together. Great group of people. I'm honored to be amongst them. So please get ready for that. And Tammy has a great session coming up with Admentum where she's going to be working with superintendents. Go ahead and tell them about that, Tammy.
Yes, in Kentucky, the Kentucky Superintendent's Conference will be held the week that we go back to school, actually. And
Mm-hmm.
I have a session that I'm going to be doing on school improvement, and that will be done for superintendents throughout the state of Kentucky. I think it's going to be like a lunch and learn
Mm-hmm.
session. So
Mm-hmm.
there will be some great dialogue, I think, that comes from that, and some strategies for moving your school forward. And these superintendents will have the opportunity to hear some of the things that can be used for schools that are in improvement in their respective districts.
Awesome. They're going to forever be changed as well with her great strategies that she's going to tell them about. And I think, yes, that will bring us to our topic finally, because I know everybody's saying this morning, I wish both of them go somewhere and sit down with all of this off the topic dialogue that they had going this morning.
It's too much, right?
We are finishing our conversation from last week about the episode 152, setting up systems of excellence for a successful school year. So, as you know, our framework has 5 parts to it, but we have organized those into 3 systems, and they are listed here. And that our formula for systems is that effective messaging plus effective processes equals success over refinement. And we think that all of these parts are necessary in order to have an effective system. So this brings us to our topic, and I'm going to remove this and put it back up in a moment. In order to, make sure that you have those systems of excellence in place, you'll have to go back and watch the last episode to hear how it was defined. After you've defined it and the beliefs systems are in place behind that and everyone is on the same page, now we have to start with, where are we starting with that with the adults in the building as well. So we're starting with social and emotional awareness, and a lot of districts may start with social and awareness programs. They started with the children, but we feel like in order for the adults to really effectively put that in place for children, the adults or the leaders have to start that with the adults. So, social and emotional awareness, starting with adults, really helps to start putting those effective systems in place. And it's just as simple as we talked about earlier today with starting with check ins. Tammy mentioned just check ins. Sometimes on Mondays, and not sometimes because it's a system, but when I started it, I was just testing it out. I would send the group that I worked with kind of like a motivational quote, and that's kind of like a check in. But you can have different forms of checking in with your groups and your staff. Some people do forms where they send the link out to people to let them put in how they feel. I had a conversation about what the quotes meant, letting them know, hey, this is my way of checking in on you. Because remember, with Create and Educate, that messaging is important. And if something's going on with you, send me a private message back, because sometimes we don't know this might be the anniversary of, someone's passing. This is a hard day for me. I'm going through XYZ. And if we don't know, then we don't know how to adequately provide support to you.
That's true. And one of the things I think, beginning with adults, like you said, is just making sure that we've created that culture of inclusiveness and safety where people
Mhm.
feel like I belong here. And you want them to feel like I'm a very valued member of this team, of this family. And
Mhm.
just having time that you provide your staff with the same things that you're expecting them to provide to students in the classroom. Like, I was talking about this when we were preparing, and I was telling Sheka, just having an I care conversation. Like, we know that we're in the business of school, and we know that everything revolves around what it is that's happening in the school, and we want our test scores to look good, and we want our data to be positive, and we want all of these things to point to us being an excellent school. But take time just to have a conversation that shows someone that you care. And this
Mhm.
is a conversation that could be about anything. Just don't force people into believing that you're saying one thing that you want to see happening in the classroom, but you're leading in a totally different way. Just let people know that you care about what's happening. You're listening. Your
Mhm.
interactions with them show them that you are a caring administrator. And then at the end of the day, that grace that you want them to extend to the students, you extend that same grace to them, because SEL, and that's something that we want to make sure that we are very clear about, is not just about celebrating. It's not just
Mhm.
about um, and that's important now. And I'm all about a celebration, but it isn't just about what you're doing for them. It's
Right.
about being there for them, with them, so that everybody knows that I care about what's going on with
Mhm.
you.
And I want to expand on what Tammy's saying, just so you can get the full effect. So I can say that I'm showing that I have social and emotional awareness for my teachers because I send a woot wagon around, or because I do XYZ. But then when they're telling me, hey, Dr. Houston, I need to take my daughter to the doctor, and I couldn't get the appointment scheduled enough time. I've got to do XYZ. Then I can't say, oh no, well, we definitely can't have you doing that. We need you to be here for the children, and then still say that I have social and emotional awareness because
That's
you do, like Tammy said, have to be realistic and know people
yeah.
have lives outside of the school and they got children. So you have
They're
to
going to
attend to
take care
their
of them.
needs, right? Just like, you need to attend to yours. So treating
And the thing
people,
is, you can't Krispy Kreme away people's problems. Like,
right.
people love donuts, but you
Yes,
cannot Krispy Kreme away the fact that somebody needs to go and see about their aging mother. Like
right.
you gotta you gotta yield to the human side of who you are as a leader.
Exactly. This is something that fits into what we're saying and what we're talking about this morning. We wanted to share it. I'm going to take this down so you can see 10 reasons employees stay. Great culture, which is what we're talking about. Great leadership, growth opportunities, rewards and recognition, work-life balance, just what I talked about, realizing that people got lives outside of the school. Good pay, autonomy and trust, what we talked about earlier when we were on the tangent. Open communication, corporate social responsibility, and job security. And we're going to be out of time in just a moment. I want to show you some examples of some things that I have my pictures up, and Tammy didn't put hers in, but she's going to talk about some of hers. As the staff came back, like every year when the staff comes back, I always did like a really big thing, welcome back gifts, and Tammy does the same thing. This one particular year, we did Wellness Wednesday, self care, where we focused on the staff and purchased fit planners for everyone. This is an edupreneur, Tiffany Kelly. She does a great job where she does workshops with staff on taking care of themselves. So we just talked about starting the year off right with, making sure that everyone was going to have those self care opportunities with the fit books and the workshops she did. This was a thing that we put on everybody's windshield, and a couple of people made posts about it. You made a difference and made this week count. Enjoy your weekend, and all of the administrators' names are at the bottom. So just the little things. I mean, it doesn't have to be things that cost a whole lot of money. Little things go a long way with people. During the shutdown, we went and put yard signs in everybody's yard. These things went a long way with the staff members. And did you want to share any,
Yeah, I
Tammy?
mean, we do similar things. We're very close to being out of time, but
We
the
are out of
things
time,
that
but
you
go ahead.
saw Sheka share about what happens or happened at her school, those are the same kinds of things that I do at my school, and I'm sure many of you are doing as
Mhm.
well. What we're just encouraging you to do this morning is, in addition to those things, those tiny things that you do that give them those Circes that say, hey, I'm thankful to have you on the staff. I care about what you're doing here. Also, just spend some time listening and
Mhm.
hearing and extending grace and just being there with them and letting them know that, hey, I got you. If you need to cut out of here a few minutes early, we will cover for you. I got you covered. Don't even worry about it. You go do what you need to do. Wellness Wednesday can be extended to when my folks go home on Wednesday, I tell them, don't think about anything related to school. Do something that is good for you and your family. Watch a movie
Mhm.
together. Go take a walk. Do something that
Mhm.
promotes wellness for you today. So just do those things that appeal to the hearts of people, and they know that you care about what they're going through.
Exactly. Thank you all for joining us on this Super Saturday with the Real Academy with the Systems DoctHers. Join us next. in the AP and New Principal Academy with Principal Kafele, who I think he posted where he's the number one leadership broadcast on YouTube. So go Principal Kafele.
He
And
is
also on
amazing.
Sunday, which we're calling Sensational Sunday since this is Super Saturday, with the PGP podcast with Principal Josh Tovar and Dr. Marie Moreno. And back here on Super Saturdays at 10 a.m. with Principal Sean Hurt and us Create and Educate at 10:30. We hope that you enjoyed this and that you will get something out of it and enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
And happy rest of your weekend, everybody.
Thank you.